The British Columbia Institute of Technology acknowledges that our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh.
Hello and welcome to your morning newscast to 10:30. My name is Grace Chen. Here is what is making headlines this morning. Tuesday night's debate matchup between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump laid out different visions these political candidates have for America's future. The matchup showcased Harris forcefully pushing against Trump and simultaneously prodding at his crowd sizes and his 2020 loss to President Joe Biden. The race to the White House remains razor thin, and experts say many would-be voters are starting to tune into the campaigns. Harris was rewarded at the end of the night with a celebrity endorsement from Taylor Swift and is ready for a second face-off, while Trump believes this was his best debate performance.
The former president had been urging more debates, but after last night, he tells Fox News he's now having second thoughts.
I am not inclined to do it because I won the debate by a lot, but I think we let it settle in and let's see what happens.
The Harris campaign, which had previously indicated it wouldn't agree to another forum with Trump, now says the vice president is ready for a second face-off. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
With the upcoming presidential election, officials are warning about the widespread problems going on with the U.S. mail system, which could disrupt voting. These issues threaten to disenfranchise voters. They have let the head of the U.S. Postal Service know that they have yet to fix the persistent deficiencies. The letter explained that during the just-concluded primary season, mailed ballots were returned postmarked on time, but the election offices did not receive them until after the deadline, so they were not counted. Properly addressed election mail were also being returned as undeliverable, sending voters to inactive status. Today is a day commemorating the lives lost during the September 11, 2001 attacks. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, coming straight out of the presidential debate, are also seen attending the memorial at Ground Zero.
Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump hot off their presidential debate Tuesday night, shaking hands Wednesday morning at the 9/11 memorial just ahead of the start of the annual ceremony honoring the almost 3,000 victims killed that day. Also there, President Biden, J.D. Vance, Mike Bloomberg. But the day is not about the politicians. It's about the people who died. That's why Diane Massaroli, who lost her husband Michael, says she attends.
I feel I have to be here because no remains were ever found of him. So to me, this is his resting place. So that's why I come.
As for the politicians, she says,
it doesn't really bother me. You know, I know some people it bothers.
At Ground Zero, I'm Julie Walker.
BC's police watchdog says that one officer from the VPD might face charges for a shooting that killed a man in May 2022. The Independent Investigations Office say the VPD responded to a complaint from the Patricia Hotel where a police officer had fired shots, leaving the man with life-threatening injuries. A BC Supreme Court judge declared a mistrial for the case of Kane Carter, who was accused of killing a gang member and an innocent teenager in 2018 by a bullet wound. Carter was charged with second-degree murders of 23-year-old Kevin Whiteside and 15-year-old Alfred Wong. The gunfire exchange happened on Vancouver's Broadway Avenue. Jurors are unable to reach a unanimous decision, so prosecutors are considering trying Carter for a second time. An Israeli strike hits a UN school in Gaza, killing at least 14 people, including 2 children, according to hospital officials. Officials from the Ada hospital say 10 people are dead from the strike, and the other 4 are in critical condition. At least 18 people are wounded total. Researchers say that thousands of genetic clones of the Chinese peach blossom jellyfish are spotted in 34 waterways across the province. Researchers do not know exactly how or when it arrived. Now for weather. This morning it is mostly cloudy with a mix of sun. It is currently 15 degrees Celsius. That is all for your morning cast to 10:30. I'm Grace Chen for BCIT's The Crow.
Stay tuned for more on BCIT's 1680 The Crow.
Everything is changing to digital. Everything is online. People aren't just waiting for the 6 o'clock news anymore. People want their news right now. They want to be able to go onto their smartphone, onto the internet, and see the news that they want to see.
Vancouver is growing at, a really rapid rate, the Lower Mainland even, and with the tools that we're given here, we're able to cover all of that.
Welcome to BCIT Magazine. I'm Radhika Sikakane.
In the program, they really leave it up to you. I mean, the help is there when you need it, figuring out how to use the programs like Premiere, Audition, and figuring out how to use the cameras. But it's up to you to sort of experiment and figure out what you can do when you go out in the field.
They brought candles and flowers to remember the student who lost her life yesterday.
Teresa May says the international community condemns Moscow.
They really make sure that you know the basics and you are able to put out a quality product.
I'm Brady Tretanero.
And I'm Radhika Sikakane. Thank you for tuning in to BCIT Magazine.